How's it going, everybody? Hope everyone is having a fantastic weekend. Tonight, we're going to be building another PC. If you guys were tuning into my live stream last weekend where you saw me build Chloe's PC, well, we're building her little brother a PC now. Um, we are taking the old parts from her old PC, including her case, her power supply, her graphics card, RAM, and the CPU, and we're going to be putting them on a new motherboard that we picked up and some storage. That way we can get this whole PC going. Um, Hope the audio is sounding good as always. Just let me know down in the comments. I did change up my monitors a little bit. I put the chat monitor right here, right in front of me. I've got the monitor right here for the capture card for his PC. His name is Mason, and he is a big Lightning McQueen fan. So we've got some surprises for him, and that's why I have some cars sitting here in front of me. So we've got, as usual, front camera there, top camera up here with the ring light, my stream deck to control my whole entire live stream. But let's get into it. We get all these cars off of here, and then that way we can start this live stream going. All right. So what we're going to start with today is we're going to be doing the motherboard CPU. We're going to basically build that entire system. Just kind of a lay down of tonight's live stream. The main part of this live stream is going to be the build. I'm going to keep the live stream going for you guys throughout the entire Windows process. You guys are more than welcome to stay while I do that. I'll sit here, I'll answer questions, I'll chat with you guys, and we'll just have a good night, okay? So let me grab the motherboard, CPU, RAM, and storage, and we'll start getting that all built right now. All right, so for motherboard, we're going with the ASRock X570 Phantom Gaming 4. When it was coming time for um, a motherboard for this build, it was hard to find one that was still supporting the 2000 series Ryzen platform. Um, when I was looking at all the BIOS updates between the different manufacturers, whether it be ASUS, MSI, Gigabyte, things like that, Gigabyte and ASRock really were the only ones that still had support for the 2000 series on all of their new BIOS updates. I do have a BIOS drive, so that way we can make sure it's updated to the latest one. Um, that way we can get it going. So let's get into the motherboard. I think I'm having an issue with one of my cameras here. It's not up to going on here. Let me know in the comments if this is working on you guys. But this is not what it should be looking like. A live stream, I guess, unless there's some technical difficulties. And see if it's working. For some reason that camera is not working. For what? Oh, is it working? Okay. For whatever reason on my screen, it's not working at all. Not getting it. The blue light, I'm not getting anything. Um, Guess we're just gonna have to not have a top down on here. Give me a sec. Let me see if I can get the top down working. Alright guys, I don't think I'm getting my top camera working unless I can just plug it. Not picking it up at all. Alright, well, not gonna have a top down camera. Okay, well, no top down camera unfortunately guys, so it was working, it was frozen on whatever I had on the ground here, and now it's not working at all. So that's fun. But here's the motherboard. We'll start getting it built. That way we can start getting it in the actual case. And I'll just work around this camera not working at all. And the only way I can get this camera to work is to shut down OBS, which would mean I would have to cut the live stream short. So for CPU, we're going 2600X. That way we can get this going in. So, by the light, well, it's not the light. There's something else keeping the camera from not working. I can try. Let's see here. I have to remember which one it is. Plugging it directly from the computer, but I don't think that's going to do anything. It's not going to work, guys. I'm sorry. There's no top-down camera tonight because just a black screen. All right. Storage in. Yeah, no kidding. It was working just fine. And I don't know what happened because I tested everything at 6 o'clock. Sound, cameras, the capture card, the stream deck. It was all working. And now this top-down camera is not working. That's rather annoying. So here's the IO shield. We're going to need that for when we put this all in the case. Right now, I need the M.2 hold down screw. All right. So for storage, we're going with the 990 EVO 1 terabyte. You put it in the 2280 spot, which, let me see here. Usually they have it right on the right spot. Nope. And I think I covered up my To the score. What's up, Alpha? All right, storage is in. All right, now we're going to do the RAM. And maybe try a different USB for the camera, but I don't think that's going to work. Let's see here. I need a little blue light to come on that camera in order for it to work. Not working. Okay. Yeah, that's the chat screen right there. So we're gonna get the RAM in here. Gotta make sure it's the right way so we don't damage anything. Go. All right. There is our motherboard assembled. Got the RAM, the storage, and the CPU all in there. Really wish I wasn't having technical difficulties because then I could actually show you guys what's going on. No, OBS is not seeing the camera, and I don't know if it's a USB issue or what kind of issue it is, but I cannot get this top camera to work, even though I had it working earlier. Working all day. I just can't seem to get it to work now. Because yeah, it's only pulling up one camera now. That's it. Really don't know what's going on. So, all right, now that we got the motherboard all together, now we can start working on getting everything into the case, which got a surprise for you on that. Gonna be something cool. Screwdriver set away. Flip this motherboard off to the side here. Because Mason is a Lightning McQueen fan, and with the help of everybody involved with this build, we got stickers all over this PC case. I spent about 30 minutes last night getting it all sticker bombed on here. Once I remove this, that way you guys can see it. So what I wanted to do with the sticker bombing is I wanted to put all of the main cast on this here, on the power supply shroud here. And then right on there, which turn on my light here so you can see better. I've got just a bunch of stickers sitting there. Put one up here and also down here with the graphics card slots. Got all of the stickers down here. I also got a few on the top. No, the camera is not part of the or the light's not part of the camera. The light works off of its own power. Let's see here. It would be hard to restart the stream just because of everything that's going on with it. So as much as I'd love to restart the stream, it's just not feasible right now. Here, it's going to recognize. So we'll just continue building this PC and we'll just get it going. get the fan filter off because we're going to need that so that way we can put the new fans on here. And I missed one major step with that motherboard is I forgot to put the CPU cooler on it. Let's get the CPU cooler. Got the little brackets for the fans. I'm also going to need 2 of the 8 fans that we're going to be putting in PC here. We are going with some Thermaltake 120s, some RGB fans. We're going to make this case completely light up. I also got an RGB hub. That way it's a little easier to control all the lighting. We're going to need 2 of these. All right. All stuck. Okay. There is the Thermaltake fan. Going to be white to match the case. And like I said, the whole fan hub is going to be completely lit up. All right. How was everybody's weekend today? Or going, I should say, not today, but how's everybody's Saturday? How's everybody's weekend? Hopefully everybody's doing good. Well, that makes it convenient. They daisy chain together. It's going to make it really nice. I am going to make it to this side. The one that goes down, so we need the air to flow through this way. Oh. All right. There's one fan on there so far. Now we just need to get the second one on there. What brand is the mic? It is a Ceremonic. It comes in this nice little case. It comes with 2 lapel mics on it, so that way 2 people can be going. It can plug into your phone, into your PC, cameras directly, but for the exact one, it is the Blink 500 B2. Super awesome mic. I'm actually really impressed with it. I was going to go with the Rode system just because they're one of the top. And after getting this one, I don't think I have the need to just because, as far as I know, the mic sounds awesome. And it's got a good noise cancellation on it, which is what everybody, which is a good thing. But yeah, it comes with the multiple different attachments for the different phones. So if you have an iPhone, it's got the little lightning adapter for the back of your phone. It also comes with the USB-C, which is what I have attached to the PC. The charging, the case is actually charging, so kind of like AirPods and stuff like that. It'll actually charge the mics and the receiver. And it does come with the little fuzzies for the top for the wind cancellation. And It's right there. These some fans are going to be nice because they already come with a daisy chain to them. Which does make it super convenient. What we're going to do with these fan cables is the actual fan cooler will fit like this, so that way the fans are blowing through it. I'm going to run these through this, and then the excess is just going to sit in the bottom side of the cooler there, so that way all the excess fan cables are not in the way of anything. Yep, same cooler, different fans. I got 3 sets of fans for the system. That way they all match throughout the entire system. So the CPU cooler is going to glow. The case is going to glow with fans. It's just going to be a full RGB system. To help with wire management, yes. Having daisy chaining fans is very helpful in that aspect. Make sure that none of the cables are going to get caught in the fan. That would not be good. This come out the other side. That way we can get the RGB going, or the fan speed going. Yeah, I'm constantly having to buy these zip tie packs just because of how many I use. Let's see here. Well, that's the fan cables. All right. So now we just got the little pigtail here for the fans. That way nothing is going to catch here. Make sure, nope, nothing's catching. That'll just go right to the top of the motherboard for the CPU fans. And then the RGB itself is just going to go straight up the top, and that way we can plug it into our RGB controller that'll be on the back side of the case. And these will just go out either end. That way we can get that all going. That in there. Okay, now let's get the cooler onto the motherboard. Gotta have the Kingpin KPX. Oh. I'm a fan of spreading it. I know a lot of people do like lines, they do dots. I'm a fan of putting a bunch on and then just spreading it throughout the IHS just because it provides a better cooling. I feel because then it doesn't have to spread it. Some people like Thermal Grizzly for their thermal paste, which is a very good thermal paste brand. I just prefer the KPX. I find it's better. No hate on Der Bauer because he is a mastermind when it comes to that stuff. All right. Let's get the CPU cooler on. That is on there, just like that. We're going to run our wires to the CPU fan. So right there. And our RGB cables will just go up and over and into the back of the case itself. Zip tie these together. So, that way those cables can go down to the controller. Now we can start working on that, but let me grab a top towel real quick, clean off the little spatula that I got here. We don't get thermal paste everywhere. All right. Now that the motherboard is done, let's get working on the case. We're going to start with fans, and then we're going to work our way to putting the motherboard in. I'm going to get a full pack of fans. All right. And because these daisy chain now will only have one cable, so let me look. I have to see where all the fan connections are on this motherboard. Got CPU fan 2, water pump. All right, so we got a chassis fan down here for one of them, and then a chassis fan right there. That'll help. Okay, so yeah, we've got a couple, and then we have a chassis fan there. So cool. And before I forget, because this seems to be a pretty common thing, I am going to install the I/O plate right away, so that way I don't forget to have to pull the whole motherboard back out. So I don't have to worry about forgetting the I/O plate. It's already in there. I can finish getting all these zip ties. And this is going to further solidify that I'm going to build me a better live streaming PC. One that has more USB I/O, USB 3s, like that, just because I don't want to run into this problem again. let's get these in there. May have to move that hard drive cage out of there just so that way it makes it easier to get through all the cables. No cameras running into hubs directly into the motherboard. That's why I say this is extremely annoying, because I have the same setup that I've been running, and for some reason cameras are acting up and not wanting to work properly. Now that the cage is out, it'll make it easier to get these fans in. All right, let's see here. Side here. Screws for the fans. Screw. Two screws first, so that way we can get the rest of the fans in without an issue. Yeah, it was enabled, but it was frozen. It was on, a what I was doing prior to doing the live stream, and that was getting the case all prepped. Unless it wasn't frozen for you guys, but for me, it was completely frozen. So I tried to screw with it, and I think I just made it work. All right, there's that one. And now the final one. And I'm going to struggle with this cable. Oh. And I can try again to see if maybe the camera finally got found. Completely grayed out. Ka-chow, exactly. All right, so now we have the 3 fans sitting up front there. Now we can finally add the rest of the screws to the fans. That way we can tighten them down and be done with the front fans. Then we'll work on getting the motherboard in and then the top fans and the back fan. And there it is. Not like we don't have a ton of fan screws. All the fans going into this thing. The nice thing about the hub that I got is that it does have a fan placement on there as well, which I could end up using just so that way it's just one fan cable going to the motherboard and it'll control all 6 fans that'll be on the chassis. Oh yeah, I've got a whole freaking drawer full of fan screws, and I got a actual little screw container that's got motherboard screws, motherboard standoffs, power supply screws. I mean, I've got pretty much every screw you can think of sitting in a little bin. All right, there is all the fans in the front. Now that these are done, we can start working on getting the motherboard in. That way we have that done, and then we can start working on the top fan. All right, so we'll go through there, RGB. Oh, shield properly, and boom. Motherboard is in. These are not. You know what? That will turn into a very big problem if I fix that now. There is a couple of little pins for the internal HDMI ports, which on this motherboard won't be used, but there is a couple of them that are in the actual HDMI port. Let's see here. Hot. Oh. All right. Now we're good. Always check that. You do not want to have an issue where one of these pins for the motherboard in the actual USB or component, because then you're just going to have a bad day. Shorting is a thing. That's why I'm glad a lot of like the motherboards now are coming with the IO shield pre-attached. Just makes that job so much easier. Actually, we'll be able to remove some standoffs on this board because these three on the back or on the side here are not going to get right here. All right. Now that those are done, there is your motherboard in the case. I'm going to take a little bit of time. I'm going to remove the three standoffs that are not going to get used on this board. That way they're not just sitting there floating. All right, now we can work on the fans that will be going, my only fans. um, the fans going on the top and then the fans going on the back side. Standoffs, they're what the motherboard retaining screws will screw into. They're screwed into the case, and that's what props the motherboard off the back panel of the case, so that way none of the little solder joints on the connectors touch the metal on the back panel. Those are the standoffs. They look like this right here. So they're just little itty bitty screw or standoffs. Screws just. And when all said and done, there will be two extra fans, or not two extra, but one extra fan. So if one of these decides to go out, got an extra. Exactly. Yeah, little spacers that the motherboard will screw into. We're going to do this back fan right here first. Shove these through. So all those. I do plan on getting different monitors for live streams. So like my chat monitor right here, I'm just using like a 27-inch 1080p monitor in portrait mode. I'm probably gonna pick me up like a 15-inch touchscreen monitor that's tiny that I could probably mount off the side of one of these. That way it's not so in your face. The actual monitor for when I do the capture card, I do like the bigger one just because it'll be easier to read. All right, so gonna leave these loose just because I like to line them up with the CPU, and which is actually there. These down. And fan orientation is important as well. So on just your regular fans, you'll want your fan, the air blows to the cage side. So this is the cage side that has, oh, it's the cage. The open side is where the air gets pulled through and then blown out this way. They do make reverse style fans where the cage will pull the air and blow it this way, but always make sure you know which fans you're buying, and that way you have them in the correct orientation because you don't want fans fighting each other. That'll be good. Since this motherboard does not have Wi-Fi on it, I made sure to get a Wi-Fi card for this case. The Wi-Fi card will also grant him Bluetooth as well, so it does help. We'll slot that in last. It'll just go in, one of the available slots that the graphics card is not taken up. It even comes with some antennas, so that'll make it nice. All right, we are going to these cables through. One, this one, this. That way the cables go through the same way. All right. Start putting these fans in. So you guys can see what I'm doing here. All right, one set of fans in. Right. Oh. People's out of the way. Oh. All right. Those top fans are in, and we can start putting in the rest of these screws. How many fans total? So there's going to be 6 on the chassis and 2 on the CPU cooler, so 8 total. Like that. There we go. All the fans are in. So got those fans, CPU cooler fans, and the top chassis fan. So sure to provide a ton of RGB in this system. All right, now that that's done, let's get the fan filter back up top. That's done. We'll also reinstall front cover. Oh, now we can move on to the power supply. We can get that in there. Eight total fans. So you guys can see what I'm doing here. All of these cables will get managed properly. Don't you worry about that. It's gonna look good. All the RGB glowing off everything. Gonna be awesome. And just to go over specs one more time, guys, we've got a Ryzen 2600X, a RX 580 graphics card, a 500-watt power supply from Thermaltake, 8 Thermalright fans, including the ones on the CPU cooler, an ASRock X570 Phantom 4 gaming motherboard, and then 16 gigabytes of DDR4 memory that is running at 3200 CL6. So definitely going to be a solid system for Mason to play some Roblox on. All right. Now, probably should have thought of this beforehand, but that CPU connector, that's going to be fun. Now that I've got the CPU cooler and the top fans in. But we'll make this work. I can use picture. Split these apart. Get them through one at a time, and we'll just reconnect them back together on the other side. Red and yellow for McQueen. Exactly. One of the few times the ketchup and mustard cables work to our advantage. Nope. Oh, yeah. Roblox. There we go. That connector's on there, so that one can be managed properly. And we can get all of these going through. Let's see here. Molex 24 pin. That. Nope. Then now GPU cable. I'm going to route through this panel right here. I will actually zip tie this a little better. That way it's not cable tied and it'll hold easier. I usually cut these off on what's it called? On the fully modular power supplies. Just so that way they don't have the little daisy chain. But when it comes to these non-modular ones, any and all cables that you can get is a win. Crazy for Roblox. That's good. I've honestly never played it, but I know my nephews play it. They seem to really enjoy it, and it seems like a pretty cool game. So go there like that. That way, we'll just plug right in. Hopefully, without an issue. I'll actually leave these going through like this. That way, that's for the GPU. So actually, I will mount the GPU. That way, I can start cable managing everything in this PC. Grab the Wi-Fi adapter card as well. So, Wi-Fi adapter card. It can't be any worse than Call of Duty for us, right? And the graphics card is an XFX. Oh, that's in there. $300. Wow. What are you thinking, Mason? What do you think about it? You get the graphics card in, and then I will give you a nice shot of it. With the graphics card in it. You let me know, Mason. What do you think? Is this acceptable? Nope. That's nice and on there. Now let's get the Wi-Fi card in this thing. All right, that's the Wi-Fi card. Little guy. Got the little ports there. Also has the dual antennas. Then the actual cable that we're going to plug into the USB 2.0 connector. 4 million a lot. Ooh, I appreciate that, man. I hope you're going to enjoy this thing because it's going to be a fun system to play on for sure. Even comes with a low profile slot, which is kind of cool. Let me put the antennas in there because we don't quite need those. All right. What we'll do, so this will go in, that's there. We're going to move this slot up. Make sure to plug that USB 2.0 connector in before I slot it in, because that's going to be royal pain if I do not. This one. USB 2.0. This in. Oh, Wi-Fi is in there. $750 to 7700 XT. Well, I guess that's all dependent on how much performance you want. I know the 7700 XT will perform slightly better than the 6750. You'll also get all the new I'm having a brain fart right now. The new architecture. So you'll get all the cool stuff coming with that. And I think 3.0, I gonna have to repin this USB 2.0 header because it is only going to allow for one thing here. So, all right, well, let me get my depinning stuff so that way I can make sure to get. I'll do that here in a second. But yeah, I'm gonna have to depin that. That way he can retain his USB up here because this thing only has a single USB 2.0 header. Not a bad thing. Just means I gotta, as I said, depin. So we'll do that here as soon as I cable manage everything. That. This one is running a 2600X CPU. That's what it looks like with the Wi-Fi card in there. That way, like I said, he gets Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, which This thing is Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.3. Being the latest Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Well, I think they just came out with 7, but cable management is very important for the simple fact of everything will just be routed cleanly. You don't have to worry about cables getting snagged when you're putting your back panel on. Even though something like this will never be seen on the back panel, it just, when you're building something nice, it's good to take care of it on the backside as well. That way everything just looks clean. And like I said, when you're putting on your back panel, when it's cable managed properly, you don't run into the problem of you can't get the back panel on, or it doesn't puff out, or things like that. Let's see here. Oh, I can put this on the side. I want to say all of these cables will run through that. Yep, everything will run to it. So now just need to start getting everything properly routed. So these will go like this. This is going to be here. This routed over here. This one, USB that we're going to be routing right into the center one. Right. That is done. Now we can go on the front side and get everything plugged in. This is where OCD kicks in. Yes, very much so. I'll put everything there for now. That way I can flip this thing around, get everything on the front side. All right. Now, so here is the USB 2.0 that I'm going to have to depin and route differently for that one. But for now, we can at least plug in the USB 3.0. Wondering if I should plug it in up top there. It'll just make it so much easier. I do. Thing has a top USB 3.0, and that'll just make it to where the cable doesn't get kinked all crazy. This will actually right up top. Go. It's plugged in. And just get routed back down. Audio plugged in. And this is our front panel. And see, this is what I was talking about from last weekend of the single blocks for like the power LED, the hard drive LED, the power switch, all these little itty bitty pins. These you have to physically plug in and route individually, whereas like the newer cases or some of the newer cases are actually implementing these as just a single block. It just makes it easy. Let's see. I don't get caught. Yeah. Positive on the left side, negative on the right. At least these pins are labeled pretty well on the motherboard. Building so many of these things, you kind of know them by heart at this point. Bottom and power up. They make updated connector adapters. Not so much connector adapters. If you're really wanting to do something, you can depin every single one of these and then put them in like a USB 2.0 block. But that's just more time to take, and once they're in, and they're not too bad, so they're in now. A couple of times, and also I don't want to scratch up the stickers or anything like that. It didn't catch yet, but it looked like it was going to. All right. Speaking of depinning, I have to depin this USB 2.0 block. That way, not only he can retain his 2.0 USB up top, but he can also have his Wi-Fi card plugged in as well. So it's a twofer. So I will be right back with my pick. That way I can start slotting all of that stuff into the other USB 2.0 block. Little things like this. This is for that, so I'll actually depin this one and put it in. I don't know if any of you guys ever do this either, so that way you can use as many USB as you can.
but I like to do it on my build so that way, just like I said, you can retain everything that your case has to offer as well as your accessory. Yep. Slot color match. Hey, Boba. All right. Just like that. So now you guys can see both the USB 2.0 from the case and the USB 2.0 from the Wi-Fi card are now attached together. So this way he not only retains his USB port up top, but this gets routed perfectly as well. So like I said, just the little things that I do just so that way everything within the case functions properly. All right, now that that's all done, push the excess cables back. That's where we're at. Everything plugged in. Yep, go. All right. OCD time. Up there. So we'll just plug that down. We'll just cable manage this in because this was for the internal header for that. Probably even plug it into this if you that. I don't think like that. I'm actually going to remove that standoff that's right there because it causes some problems. All right, and actually, two more things to cable manage and push through the front, and that's the fan cable and the RGB cable. This way, if you want to use the remote that comes with the controller, you can change your colors that way, or you can do it through the motherboard software. Around one more time. Plug this there. Just pushed all through. All right, there we go. This RGB cable plugged in. Go. It's the RGB cable, and now the fan cable. Oh, and the fan cable plugged in. Okay. Now we can cable manage. These will go here for the B. This is for the fan. So there. Oh. And this little hub will just get stuck right there, and then we can route all of the fans right into that hub. All right. All of this routed. We go. That's gonna that go down below here. All right, now we can start getting all the things cable managed in this case. So I will start on that, and I will periodically look over and see if there's any questions that I need to answer, any questions that you guys may have in regards to holds or anything in general. So, that's one, two, these are RGB ones. I have RGB. One, two, three. All right. Let's route these. Just be RGB cables that are getting plugged in. Actually, let's see here. These each together. Bad. Get this lid off. Oh, I will need to grab my white electrical tape. That way I can keep these two together without an issue. Grab that now. All right, go. Just that there. All right, now those two should not come apart. These scooch these. I think I'm gonna have to move these down. Always forget furthest where you work. So Let's see here. Let's go from the furthest. These will. I drank water today. I did. So there's that. Next set of fans. Down. Go. Speaking of water. All right. These will go. They're the farthest. They'll go into the second spot. That way, cable routing is easier. Nope. All right. Next is going to be ones. Go into the third slot. There. There. Final one. On and then fourth slot. In. Right. There is the top ones. Now, just start pairing cables together. Way we can route all of this up through the case. Oh, this is why I need a sit-stand desk. Hunched over sucks. All right. Yeah, I know. Backs aren't as strong as they used to be, right? here. This way. When I have set, okay. 1 second, Albert. Let me zip tie in, and then all right. All right. This is how it's coming, Mason. That's where I'm at right now. Just getting through all of this stuff, all this cable management. But I promise when this is all done, it'll be real clean, real nice looking. But there's the front of your system with everything all routed and managed, including the GPU cable, which I will do at the end because that one goes to the power supply. This is where the fun begins. This is where RGB fan cables and everything get pretty interesting. That out. Good part about daisy chain cables is that they are easier to get together and put everything. Bad part about daisy chain cables is you have to figure out what to do with them when you do have it all. You're not daisy. That's why we're going to take these and just zip tie them all together. I'm glad. Glad he's loving it. Hope for many gaming sessions on this thing for him. Oh. Now we can this down here. Like that. Now, these are all done, and when putting on that back panel, it might get a little interesting, but we shouldn't have an issue. Now we can put this power supply cable around. All right. Nope. Shouldn't have done that. I got to manage more cables through there. So, okay. That's fine. Get all right. So there's that. All of these will be able to just shove straight down like this. These together like that. All of these down this way. Oh. Oh, there's two of them. Okay, that'll make it easy. Let's get switch there. Power cable routed down. Oh. Oh, I definitely will. Yeah, sorry, Alex. I'll let me finish this cable management, buddy, and then I'll give you a shout back, okay? Um, that way we can get this all rolling. I got the mic that should pick it all up. Nope. Oh. Now all of these zip tie together down here. What is going on here? Nope. All routed down. All this just needs to be routed cleanly. Now let's work on these fans over here. Cross. Let's put these in the main first one here. Nope. I go under. Nope. That in there. One of these I am going to have to figure out, because I think I have to put one in the fan slot 1 just for this whole hub to work. So I will make sure I do that. That way there's absolutely no issues. All right. All right, let's get this fan cable in. All right. And then the final fan cable. That RGB. No worries, Aaron. All right, now to manage these real quick, and then once I manage these, Alex, I will call you right back. Custom cables on live, yeah, that's gonna be a big maybe. Custom cables take forever. And the last ones I did took me about 22 hours to build. So that is a live stream that I think I would have to start and do like part of the cables or a couple of the cables, and then the rest I'll just have to do off camera. When am I going to make a custom cooling system live? Well, I can do it. It's just that's going to be a long live. Bending all the tubing, all of that takes a lot of time, especially when you're doing like anything like that. That's why I haven't done them on live, because it just takes forever. Cable tie here. Okay. Olex, I just tie that back. Those in there. Thing. Now, SATA cable. That, and then this is what the V hub plug do. Go. All in there. Drive cage back in. That'll just keep everything from touching the fan. I don't think this is going in. Never mind. I got it. Oh. Well, just about done at least. All right. Give me 1 second, Alex. Let me clean this stuff off. I'm going to put this on the Lazy Susan, and then that way I can spin it around. Other than that, cable management is done. So let me clean up my area here, grab the Lazy Susan, and I will call you right back. What's up, Alex? Let me put you on speaker, buddy, okay? And that way you can tell everybody. Hold on 1 second. All right, we got Mason, everybody. All right, go ahead,
Hello.
Mason.
Yeah,
What?
I really like my PC.
That's good. What's your favorite part of it?
I, I love I favorite stickers.
The stickers. Well, there's a ton of them on there for you, buddy.
Fired up.
Fire it up. Okay. Well, let me get off the phone with you here, and then we'll fire it up, okay?
Right on, bro. Thank you.
No problem, man. I'll fire it up right now.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Later. All right. Get this thing rocking and rolling. All right. First boot. Done. Off. There we go. Lighting up. Gonna go through its full boot phase. There we go. We got a post. Insert boot media and then select boot device and press a key. So that is our booting, guys. We got a post. Oh. Alex, let me know what Mason's favorite color is here, and then I will make sure to set it as the RGB right now. I'm going to shut this down real quick. I'm going to put in Windows 11 drive and then the BIOS drive. We're going to update the BIOS. That way it's at the most recent level to accept Windows 11. Get all this out of the way. All right. Put the back panel on now that I know it posts. Oh, panel on. Oh. Red. All right. Let's get it to red. Boom. Nice and red. All right, now we're in BIOS. Go into, yep, I will not. So, matter of fact, while I'm standing here, Lightning McQueen in there. I'll make sure to double-sided stick tape these right like that. All right, so looks like we've got um, both of our DIMMs showing up here. We've got the X570, the 2600X 6-core processor. Like we've got everything showing up here. Here, let's go to tool, flash, yes, update. All right, now we're gonna do a BIOS update. Everything is red. I don't know for sure, but I might have put the M.2 in the wrong slot. Since it's a 2600X, I may have to put it in the slot down below because that'll be the one that we'll find out. I don't know for sure, but we'll see. I hope not. Once we actually get into Windows, then we can set the RGB profile for the RAM. As soon as it updates the BIOS, I'll flip this around so you guys can see the front of the case with all the RGB going on there. But yeah, it's set to red, and that way, Jason's color. All right. Now that BIOS is updated, we'll go back into the BIOS, make sure that our storage is found. If it's not, then I'll have to move it into another spot. But I'm hoping that's not going to be the case. I'm hoping the storage will be found right away. What that is. Um, Here's my friend. I'll join you here in a second. So let's see here, ASRock. Now we're in the Windows. We're going to be putting Windows 11 on this. Let's make sure our drive is showing up. Pro. Except, yep, there it is. Our 1 terabyte drive is showing up. So you got it all going. While I have it there, turn it around. Now you can see the red fans there, spinning and going. So I will set it up like this. That way you guys get a catch of everything. So get Mater and Queen set up there. There we go. I'm gonna do this. All right. Now, while this goes, I am gonna go get me something to drink, and I shall be right back. All right, guys. So we're just gonna spend some time here. We're gonna get Windows installed. You guys are more than welcome to sit with me through this, and that way we can get Mason's PC all completely set up. But all I can say is cheers. I hope this PC build has been a lot of fun with you guys, but I'll continue the live stream going here. We'll get everything going and be set to go. If you guys want to ask me questions or whatever you want, I'll be sure to answer them as best as I can, and hope this live stream has been fun with you guys. Yep, juice box, exactly. Now, there is one surprise that Albert said that I would like to do while on live and while I have Mason on live as well, is I would like to know where you would want the lightning bolt sticker on the front glass. So I'm going to put the screws in for this glass so that way it doesn't go anywhere. Get her cleaned up. When we have a proper surface to apply a lightning bolt stick to. So now grab this. Well, how many viewers do I have right now? And I can let you know because I've got a fridge stocked. There is the lightning bolt. Mason, you let me know on the glass where you want it. I will put it wherever you want me to put it. Well, I got 12 in the fridge. In the middle, please. Seconds at a time. That's weird. All right, so he wants it in the middle. We can put it in the middle. Do we want it like this, like you would find it on his car? Or do you want it straight up and down like that? Or do you want it kind of diagonal? I was going the right way. Diagonal? Okay. Why is this not working? I'm typing it in wrong. I don't think I can bypass it. Just one word. Oh, there we go. Okay. Diagonal. All right. So we're going to go center of the screen, straight diagonal. There you go, buddy. All right, Mason, what do you want it named? I will name it whatever you want it named. Lightning McQueen, Mason, you tell me, and it's going as your name. And of course, I struggle trying to get my necklace on. Lightning McQueen and Mater. Good. Oop. So Lightning McQueen and Mater is a little too long. Do we want it just Lightning McQueen or? Thank you. Queen and Mater. Okay. Go. McQueen and Mater. Yeah, absolutely. If he wants his name on the PC or the glass, definitely let me know, and I'll let Alpha Custom make a special banner for the glass on that with your name on it. Just tell me, buddy. Thank you, Alpha, for that. I do appreciate it. Turn off the lights. That better? I can also remove the glass too, so that way it lights up a little brighter. Glass is kind of tinted, so
There we go. $95 to go with it. Okay. Yeah. Mason 95, if that sounds cool. We'll get her pushing. All right, let me get the internet plugged in. Start setting up. Oh. Yeah, the RAM DDR lights can be switched to red. I just need to get all the updates going on it, then I'll download the motherboard RGB software, and then that way I can change the RGB to red. Time. Like I said, I'm gonna stay on live until this entire PC is done, completed, including going through all of the Windows updates, and I'll stay on here as long as people are staying on with me. But I really do. I'm glad you like it, mate. It came out as a wonderful build. It's awesome for sure. Yeah, yeah, that's not a problem at all, man. Um, I'll let you know when I get on the PC. This will take me a couple hours, so it might be a couple hours from now. What am I doing now? I am installing all the updates. I'll get all the drivers installed for the PC. Get the DOCP profile done on the RAM. Get the motherboard software downloaded so I can control the RGB. That way, that's all done. Oh, it's getting all. I will.
Yes, yeah. If you want to have a privacy chat with me instead of going through the game lobby, then you'll want to download Discord. And then what I can do is I can text you the link to my Pidgey PC's Discord, and I have a voice chat in there for Pidgey's Valhalla, which will be my game streaming channel, by the way. But there is a voice chat in there. That way we can all just jump in there and hear me. Come on. You know what? It's definitely a learning curve. That's for sure. Five. I need polychrome. Oh, download the motherboard utility. So there's the polychrome. Motherboard utility going. So oh yeah, absolutely. So terrible. I'll have to restart it. More than likely. Go to red. Yep. All right, there you go. All set to red. Actually think let's see. Yep, there we go. Now it's set to the motherboard. Static. Go. Now everything is red on that thing. I mean, at the end of everything, I can always benchmark it if you want me to. I can see if it'll run Black Ops. Have a get him his Windows key. Yeah, I've got time. World. It's a Saturday night. All right. So, Mason, Alex, let me know if this looks good. This was just sent to me by Alpha. Let me know what you think. You want that for the top of his glass. Oh, probably right. That was my bad. Like that. All right, I'll text it to you, Alex. That way you can have a better look at it. Then you can just let me know in the chat, and that way I can give them the green light. Coming your way, buddy. Ugh. I think that's a green light for you there, Alpha. Appreciate that, man. Honestly, installing everything is always the longest part. Guess I can get everything all cleaned up while I'm waiting here. I'm gonna have to restart everything just so that way it all installed properly, and like the motherboard utility, that should help me get the AMD driver for the CPU. I don't know. I was looking for a USB-C on the motherboard. It doesn't have one, so I think I'm gonna have to install the drive directly into Mason's PC in order to attempt to try and benchmark it, which that's not a big issue. I just got to find an open slot to put it in. Moving right along. Oh, there. Oh. Let's see here. All right, there's an M.2 screw. There's one. All right, so I'm thinking I'm gonna need these to install the drive in his PC, so that way I can benchmark it on COD, see if it'll actually. Pretty certain. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's a drive that's easy to get to, right there on the bottom. That installed. We'll just have to install that in the motherboard since it doesn't have a USB-C connection on the back. Once I do that, then I can test COD on it, see how it does. don't know why I put away all my screwdrivers. I'm going to need it. Oh. Yeah, no worries at all, man. Thanks for this opportunity, as always. I love doing this stuff. What do you think? Time for round 2? Round 2. Think it's time for it? There. Right back. More like round 7. Yeah, no kidding. Everybody's still watching. All I can say is cheers. Gotta let this settle a little bit and enjoy it with you. Wrong mouse. Dark mode. Gonna need to go with a red. Or a little better on the eyes. All right. All the U. More. Right. You need to download all the drivers. Let's see here. Set driver. I can download. Let's. You play chess? A long time ago. All right, I think this is the last update that we're gonna have to do, and then I can install M.2 that has all my games on it. After I get the DOCP going, that way the RAM's at its overclock setting. And we'll see if it'll run Black Ops in 1080p. Settings, make sure no further updates. Let's put it down so that way I can install this too. And then when I go into the get it installed, I'll go into BIOS, and then that way I can make sure that the memory is put at its correct profile. We will see if this thing plays Black Ops. So. Oh. All right, let's get the memory. Oh. We're going to find out if this thing plays Black Ops. We'll put it at 1080p because that's what's going to be the best for this. Everything here. $200 MP. This. Guys ready for this to see if it'll do Black Ops? For tomorrow, so we should still be good to play. Black Ops. Is it really Black Ops? Call of Duty in general if it doesn't require an update? This is what I mean when I say I have a full backlog of games sitting on my Steam. Internet's running a little slower than it usually should, mainly because one, I'm running the stream on a PC, and then all the other people on the internet that's using it. So still running pretty quickly, just a little slower than usual. All right, while we're sitting here, let's see what sales are going on Steam right now. So Cyberpunk, Red Dead Redemption 2, Grand Theft Auto, ESO is on there. All Worlds, Forza. If you guys want to play Forza, that's on sale right now. Master Chief Collection. The first Red Dead Redemption, Dark Souls, Monster Hunter, Dark Souls 2, Dead Space. Quite a few games that are on sale right now. On the driver. Yeah, that's on Steam. A lot of games on sale right now. Like I said, is it really Call of Duty if it doesn't have update after update after update? It's all good. How many have you had so far? I don't know. Um, I'm hoping in 1080p, hoping for over 60. That would be ideal. That would mean that potentially newer games can be played. It's just a matter of the settings. But we'll just have to see what it does. I'm in timeout. That's fair. Right, let's check it out. Thank you. Thought it would fit the PC well. I was just looking for something good. Eight. We can even get in. That's the most recent driver. We'll have to load all the pre-shaders before we can get into the benchmark. Was
Get a new map. I want to try that boat. I don't know if that boat is in this map cycle or if it's a special
be going
game
into
mode.
it. Load the shaders. I'm not sure. Shows he's offline though. Does take forever to get the shaders downloaded though, unfortunately. Yeah, they're not looking bad at all. I mean, this is obviously the lobby, but still, it's not looking bad. RX 580. Drop it down to 2. That's what the purple on my side. Upscaling. I want to see what this dynamic. Call of Duty is AMD optimized, so I'm sure it's going to do pretty good considering that it's an all AMD platform, be it an older one, but shouldn't be a too big of an issue. But we're going to see what it does at full extreme settings, native resolution in 1080p. Because that's what this graphics card was designed for. So we'll see what it does. And shaders look. I'm looking at is up here. Shaders preloading. In order to do a proper benchmark, that has to be fully loaded in order to, as I said, do the benchmark properly. So if you're wondering what I'm waiting on, that's what I'm waiting on. So I'm waiting for the shaders to reload, Alex. This thing up here that says shaders preloading, to do a proper benchmark of it, that needs to be at 100% and done. So once that hits 100, then I will do a benchmark, and then if need be, I'll jump into a lobby and I'll see if I can do any good. I think I'll need to restart the game though, because on my screen it's purple. The entire screen is purple. So I don't know why it did that after I changed the resolution. For whatever reason it. When shaders load, I'll restart the game, see if it'll take it off of purple. May have to change the resolution on the actual PC. That way it's correct. Okay. Because the purple is crazy. Drop this. No purple. Just do the shaders? Load the. That's what's gonna bug me. Gonna run it. Yeah, it's because I didn't let the shaders load fully. This is. with the shaders. AI. It loads the shaders faster this time. Did the shaders once. Evidently it didn't stick. Alright, let's wait for the shaders to reload again. Sorry guys. I don't know why it didn't load them all the way. Usually when it loads the shaders to 100%, it doesn't need to do it again. But evidently this one did. I don't know why. Fixed the purple screen at least. So no, you guys are not wrong. It does look good. It's got that going. Blowing decent air out of this thing. Try this again. Graphics. Scaling. As you can see, this thing, we're pushing where the graphics need to be. Let's try it. Let's see what it benchmarks at. As I said, this is at 1080p max settings. So anything above 60 will be a win, but you realistically want over 120 in a game like this. And I have to seriously tweak the settings down quite a bit for it to run. It'll probably run it, but you'll have to do it at like low settings. Alright, so yeah, I didn't get above 30 FPS. Let's try this. Leave the benchmark tool. Drop the settings thing. Quality. Go to basic. See what it does in basic. So basic would be low settings. So this is 1080p low setting. Better. Not in the red anymore. It's a good thing. You'll basically have to run this game at absolutely the lowest settings for it to actually not look glitchy. Just to try and achieve 60 FPS. So, for Roblox, you have fantastic PC. For AAA titles that are just now or that have been released for a little bit, like Call of Duty, things like that, it can be a little difficult. Might be able to run Fortnite. So if you turn the settings down on Fortnite quite a bit, you can get it to run on practically everything. So, but 50, well, close to 50, 49. Like I said, that's at 1080p, absolutely lowest settings. So, possible. You can even upscale it. So, if we go FSR, we can do, so go into balanced. That'll give us the best, as good as a PS5. Yeah, yeah, this thing does have a good upgrade path as well. So let's see here. Let's upscale it pretty much like what a console does. Upscaling this thing. Take a little bit of a load off of it. Upscaling actually gives you quite a bit more FPS out of it, so you'd have to upscale the game. As you can see, it's actually getting better, and this is pretty much what consoles do at this point, is they upscale the resolution. I mean, it's better, that's for sure. But yeah, no, this is the motherboard that's in this thing. It's a good upgrade path to pretty much anything that he wants to put in it. For AM4, so that could be the same CPU that's in Chloe's PC, the 5700X3E. GPU wise, could another 7000 series or even the 9070 that's coming out March. 67. I mean, that's upscaling it. As you can see right here, 59% of the resolution was upscaled. So you can get decent FPS into it. It's just a matter of what you want your settings to be. So, but not bad. At least it runs it. But all right, guys. That's pretty much this live stream. I'm gonna get off of here. I'll do all the finishing touches. I'll take the good pictures of this PC tomorrow morning. I got to break down all of this anyways tomorrow. So I do appreciate everybody coming in and being part of this live stream. And I hope you guys enjoyed this PC. Mason, I hope you thoroughly enjoy this thing. This thing came out so cool looking. I'm glad you love it. Albert, I'll see you on Black Ops here probably in the next 30 minutes or so. I'll jump on there and start playing. But this PC is done. Absolutely no problems whatsoever. I appreciate you guys. Thank you everybody for the support. And we'll catch you on the next video or the next live stream. Hopefully I can get my camera working then. But I do appreciate it, guys.